Hello, my name is Mate, and if you will not stop me, I will explain you the rules for the last part of the EQUILIBRIX trilogy called Project. It's a scoring game and much more political. That means that it's based on communication and cooperation, so that speaking and manipulating the others is allowed, and what more is recommended. So how to play? You can see a layout for 6 players. 1 yellow, red. Each one has its own shapes as individual like stock. So we can see the white, black, blue, and green. If I am green, I do have a green one, the Vitruvian, as a fixed position on my political map, and then all 5 other colors to work with, because they will move and they will change in which part of the political map they stay. So each player has one piece of the Vitruvian for all the colors, his own stuck on a fixed position and all the others available. So let's start with the projects itself. We can see 3 sizes: small, middle, and big ones. Each deck consists of 4 cards, and one of those cards is always active. That means this is the recent project to be scored, to be built, and this just creates kind of a future, but you can already see the upcoming project and you can prepare for it. So from each category you have one like open project. There is no space, but you can imagine it works the same. And at the moment some team calls the project like finish it, this card is just switched and put under the deck, and that is the time where this prepared is being active from now. And it's endless deck, so you can even kind of remember what was there, but that's not the point. Here we can see the scoring spiral, and you need to be the first one in the center to win the game. You also see what you score points for. These are like you are gaining 8, 5, or 3 points for the big project. You gain 5, 3, and 2 points. It's a Fibonacci sequence, and those 3 are for the middle one. How can it be like 3 different numbers? It's because all team members within the coalition score, and this is the most points for the one who has the most pieces in the formation. This is second one, and this is the third position. It has to be only up to 3 colors, so there is no like 4th position. And then we can see those like H letters, which means a double position. It's 1 field. So if you score 3 points, you just go from here, you go 1, 2, 3. Yeah? And those like diameter changes, those crossroads has a cross sign here, and that's the point where you have to pay income tax, which means you kill one of your pieces. So the closer the end you are kind of ruining your position. It's kind of like balancing the leading player, leading position. This part is called Tree of Life, with all its meaning. The Tree of Life has 3 different rows, so 3 different meanings. It can be set up in a different way, so it's modular. Each game you can come up with your own solution, but then it's fixed for the whole game as a scenario. The same for the columns. There is many options how you can switch it, and it's also like meaning in many ways. I will show you later how it works. For now, you have to just know that this is kind of dicing model, because it can be easily replaced by dice from Connect. So if we would borrow this surrounding card and those just 2 dice from the Connect, it can be completely without this Tree of Life, and I just would recommend it as, for example, as a first game of project, just to learn what is new in the project and then play the full game with this, because instead of dice you will move here and you will play it like without any external random element, which is more abstract and more strategic. So let's have a closer look to this political map. It has 2 sides. Left side is coalition, and therefore you can like build up to 3 colored partnership with the others and together score for building the projects, because this is the condition. All those white positions need to be on the board and has to be one of those coalition colors, and these positions are not conditional. They are kind like of they are like superpositions, and you can score for them as well 1 extra point, but you don't have to even be in the coalition. So if you just see they are planning something and you place your piece into those bonus positions, you get an extra earning. Just to be exact, this is one behavior you will score points for, this the building projects. This was the extra pieces, so for 1 point for each piece. And the third part of the game you can score for is surrounding, and this weird shape is one of those meanings. So the surrounding concept is right here, and I will show you how it works. If you want to kill your opponent's piece, you have to build this formation. It's the same as in Connect, but in this case it can be multiple color attackers formation, because you can work with your coalition partners. So those 3 on the left side are as one team, and all the pieces of those 3 colors can kill a different color, which has to be on the other side, which means a foe, the opponent. I cannot kill a piece of my teammate. That's pretty like intuitional. There is a idea of development, the relationship development. If I place your Vitruvian right here, it means that we are partners, but next time you will follow this row, this like trajectory, and you will end up here, and next time you will also follow the row, and you will be out of the political map, free for further next usage. So if I place it down, then you will be, and you have to be, still my partner, and then twice opponent, because the trajectory goes like here, and at the end you are out and you are free to be set up for like next partnership. If it's your turn, you have 3 action markers to be played. One of them is a political action. That's why it looks like the political map. This is something you have to play. And then you have 2 positional actions. So if it's my turn, I can choose if I will play 2 actions positionally and then make a politics. Or I can start with the politics and then 2 positional moves, or I can place it in between and do, in a nice condition, I can do positional, then political, and then end with the another positional. It's up to me. I just will like add one more detail to the political action, because it consists of 2 different phases. One phase is obligatory, and that's the development of all existing relationships. That means that you cannot say, I'm okay with my situation and I want it to be fixed. No, it's like living, it's moving, and we have no chance to be partners for the whole game. So once you did the job as a partner, next time you will be my opponent, and that's the bilateral like mechanism. Once you do the development, that means moving all the situated figures based on the direction of the arrows. Then you have a next phase, phase 2, which is voluntary, which means creating new partnerships, and that is just basically placing 1 more or 2 more to those round circles. You cannot place it right here. You have to start, and this, like, I call it like a heliport. It's just beginning of the relationship. So for example, like this. Let's move to the political, not to the positional step. Just imagine we are at the connect game and we roll 2 steps to be made, 2 new pieces to be placed on the board. Instead of those, we are moving through those like paths, routes, and each time, if I am yellow, and for my first move I can start somewhere. For all the other moves, I have to respect and follow those trajectories. And if we play a 5 or 6 player game, they are open. Both slots are open. If only 3 or 4 players are present, being here blocks this second insert, or how to say. So what does it mean? What is the meaning of those positions? If I make a step, I have to read the row. It means 3 options, but I cannot choose one of those because it's pretty clear which one it will be, because that's the second like axis, that's the Y, that's the column. And if I follow the traces, I will see that this is a combination of 2 triangular pieces. So from those 3, it's this one. So it's the same if I roll this. Can you see it? So next time, if I make a step right here, it will be one of those 3 steps. But which one? Aha. The same situation, combination of 2 triangulars. So it would be this. This is a combination of 2 biangulars, and this is a combination of 1 biangular and 1 triangular. So it can be helpful to realize that there are 3 sizes, like small, middle, and the big one of those puzzle pieces, because the shapes, the relationships are like close to each another, more open, and the big ones, triangulars, close, more open, and the most spread. So it's like A, B, C, but it can be different. We all are occupying this tree of life, so sometimes it's you can be just being blocked and have no chance to follow. In that case, you can skip to next free level, and yeah, that's it. So once you already did all three actions you have, you pass them to another player clockwise, and it's his turn. There is one more like specific option, like option C. What you can do, instead of placing a stone close to the mother position in your color, as usually, you can spend both markers, both your positional actions, to make an magical birth, which means that you can place your piece from a borrowed mother, from a mother of your coalition partner's color. So if you are red, green, you can place your piece close to the piece which is not yours, but which is some of your coalition partners. It's kind of wormhole or kind of cheat how you can surprise positionally the others, but it costs 2 actions, so it's more expensive. About the political maps, only the one is relevant who is on its turn. So if it's my turn as a yellow one, it's completely irrelevant what the others have here, because that would be a kind of nonsense, and it would never lead up to what we need, and that's finish and score the project. There are like conditions for scoring, and only the player on the move, on its turn, can say the project is ready, let's score. Who scores more points scores first. And if there will be like full position on this scoring spiral, I have a bonus, one bonus, like extra point. It's like peloton in like bicycle race. So it's important to know also the exact order of players when they are scoring. So who scores more points scores first. Yeah. Last thing is the conditions for killing the opponent's stone, for surrounding, because in EQUILIBRIX Connect you always can do any of those. There is no like condition, but in this game, in project, you have to be skilled. You have to have a particular skill to do such a formation. So if I do want to surround with this, I have to stay with my Vitruvian. I have to be placed in this column, or it has to be me or one of my teammates, one of my coalition partners. So just one more condition. Last thing, default position. Of course, you can come up with your own. You can be creative, but you can just choose one of the 3 recommended positions in a rulebook. So if you play in a 6 players, you have 3 options. In 5 players, you have those 3 options. The same for a less player game, 4 or 3. Yeah, so many rules and consequences, I know, but trust me, this is not as difficult as it look like. It's quite like intuitive game, and you will get into it pretty quick. Just try. In case of anything unclear, just do not hesitate to ask, and I will provide you with like further explanation. For now, thanks you for watching, and be happy.